Hello and welcome back to Eastern Europe 1259, and we're going to go into a battle against this vassal who ventured a little bit too close to my town. And we're going to hopefully be able to complete the raid quest. Yes, raiding the villages quest. And it's going to be a little bit tricky. It is going to be a little bit tricky because it takes quite some time to actually get a raid done. And generally, if there are a lot of vassals nearby, especially armies and things like that, it's going to be pretty problematic. It's going to be very, very difficult indeed for us to do much. So I'm hopeful that we're actually going to have a slightly better time this time around, because last time, obviously, we had a bit of a troublesome spot. Yes, a bit of a troublesome spot. Obviously, we did escape. You know, we did manage to escape, but it was... Yeah, I wouldn't say actually very, very costly, because it's pretty easy to replace, you know, tier 2s, tier 3s, etc. You know, that's okay. And that's obviously the reason why trying to get away, or, you know, using the trying to get away system is pretty cool, because, you know, it gets rid of the lowest level troops rather than the highest level. And I think that's actually a really, really nice way that they've done that. So I do appreciate that, because otherwise we're going to have some issues. Oh, I just absolutely assassinated the enemy vassal. Very nice. Can I get more of that, please? Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Or maybe I'm just going to, you know, completely miss. That could also be the thing that I do. Obviously, it's very easy to just run into them and just, you know, shoot them point blank. But, you know, that's obviously not exactly what I want to do every single time, because it doesn't really showcase anything, really. It doesn't really showcase any skill, and it also very much doesn't give me that much experience, I'd assume. Because I would expect the shot difficulty to really make a big difference in regards to our experience. Yeah, something like that, I think, gets us much more experience than anything else. Yeah, the longer range shots. Yeah, nice. There we go. That was a nice headshot right there. Alright, so let's switch to our one-handed. See if we can maybe do some damage with this. 57 damage. Actually, not too bad. 69 with this. Yeah, some of this is okay. Some of this is alright. Gonna tell our infantry to charge in here. I think we've got this in the bag. I don't think we really need to worry too much about strategy here. I think we can probably just go straight on in, be a bit aggressive about it. Let's tell our cavalry to charge in now as well, because they're basically just standing there doing nothing. So, probably be a good idea to get them involved in some way or another, wouldn't it? And indeed, my horse is doing a fantastic job, as per usual. I think my horse is probably more damaging than I am, to be honest. I think if you add up all the damage that the horse does, in comparison to me, I think it's probably going to be, the horse out in front, which is actually going to be quite funny, because, well... You wouldn't expect it. No, you wouldn't expect it, but that's the point. That's RBM for you. And that's one of the changes that I really, really appreciate with RBM, among many others, of course, because there are actually some really fun aspects to RBM. I used to not be a big fan, right? I used to not be a big fan. As I said, you know, as I said before, I was not really enjoying the way that they changed the archery for RBM, you know, because they made it so that it was very hard to deal damage with archery back in the day. And obviously, over the years, they have completely and utterly tweaked everything down to a very fine degree. And now everything's feeling really, really good, in my opinion. Well, apart from the fact that obviously I sometimes don't do very much damage with a slashing weapon, but that's just, you know, that's on me, because I'm using a slashing weapon rather than a piercing weapon, but yes. Anyway, as you can see, we do have 7. Wow, this guy, I'm actually surprised. He actually has a lot of troops here that I'd like to take. Okay, let's see what I can do about this. I mean, they're all rescued, right? They're all rescued, so this, oh, that's such a pain. That is a huge, huge pain right here, because I don't really want to get rid of any of these troops, because they're all, in my opinion at least, really good. The Sea Raider Chief? We could get rid of the Sea Raider Chief. We could get rid of the Forest Bandits. I mean, the Forest Bandits have 120 in bows. And these guys have 100. So the Forest Bandits have literally more. I could get rid of some of these, I guess. And then we could just take those. I don't know what that's really going to do. I'm not sure if that's particularly useful. Yeah. I mean, I am very close to my town. But the problem is, I'm going to lose people, aren't I? You know what? I'll just do it. I'll just take all of them. Let's do it. It's a bit risky, you see. It's a bit risky because what's going to happen is I will potentially... I am pretty close, yeah, as you can see right here. So let's see what happens. Hopefully it's not going to... it did pay... yep, there you go. 5 troops deserted. Yeah, see, now that's the reason why I don't generally like to do that whole, you know, rescue people thing and then, you know, take them into where we want to be. Because we have that kind of situation that happens, you know, where we just end up losing people, and I'm kind of hoping that we didn't lose anyone super amazing, because it could be that we did. So let's just go into the garrison here and see what we can do. Yeah, maybe we did. I'm actually not entirely sure. I don't think I can really tell. Got a couple of spaces here. Okay, well the question is, what do we do? I think we did lose some people. I seem to recall that I had more than that of some of these guys, but yeah, maybe not. Yeah, we could put these in here. I should remember that I'm not actually discarding them. I'm just putting them in the garrison, but yeah, anyway, so yeah. Obviously, what we're currently doing now is we're building the siege workshop, as you can see right there. I would personally like to build the mason after that, so that's what I'm going to queue up. Hopefully she won't cancel that. I mean, who knows? Maybe she will. It would be pretty interesting if the governor has a mind of their own. But yeah, anyway, let's go in here versus Mr. Yuri Yarovitsevich, and we'll see if we can maybe do something about him.
Forgive me what may
Yes, forgive me what may seem to be a loaf of bread, but yeah, I don't know what I was going to go with that right there, but generally I'm always thrown off when it's like, oh yeah, this guy has a pretty proper British accent, and then all of a sudden, you know, he's supposed to be some kind of I don't know, some kind of other guy that shouldn't have an accent like that. So kind of interesting, but yeah. Anyway, let's make our way over here. Ooh, hello. This is actually pretty fun. I like these. Unfortunately, the AI does not. Yeah. As you could see, from me just holding fast forward for 2 minutes. Yeah, they're not going to come down here in any way. So we're going to have to go and meet them, which is unfortunate. I really don't like doing that. I would actually appreciate it sometimes. I mean, that's also something that RBM, I think, does. It does prevent the AI from making weird decisions like just fully charging in and stuff like that. And I do appreciate the fact that they don't... Wow, I literally just got absolutely destroyed. Yeah, that's what happens, you see. That's what happens as well. RBM obviously makes archers really, really good, which is actually good, you know, for once. You know, it is actually good that the archers are somewhat effective. However, obviously in this situation... Not so much. For me, not so much. Thank you very much. I would appreciate not getting absolutely destroyed by getting hit in the face thousands of times over by all these arrows, but you know, it happens, and I wouldn't mind. Is my horse actually lame? Feels like my horse is lame or something. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Nice damage against the horses, but nothing much against the actual riders. Thank you very much. Oh, there we go. Nice. Actually, not doing too badly there with these little accuracy shots right there. Oh, nice. Okay, hello. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. I'm consistently I'm consistently getting having a bad habit, you know, the bad habit of me actually using the crosshair to aim instead of you know, fully understand, well, not fully understanding, more like, but fully conveying that there is an arc to the arrow. And that's something that I have gotten used to, But every now and again, I catch myself doing the old habits die hard thing, where I literally just go, oh yes, actually, I think I do need to aim at the opponent. You know, that would probably help, wouldn't it, aiming at them? And yeah, it does that thing, so yeah, it's pretty funny. Anyway, let's just go here, do this, put these guys in loose formation as well. We should be absolutely fine as long as we can just do a little bit of damage with our little horsey horse here. And even if we only do like 14 damage or something like that, I don't think it really matters too much. Hopefully I'm not going to get shot in the face. Funny thing is, this is the reason why I like to use a shield and just keep my shield up in this situation. As you can see, I'm just getting absolutely murdered here. Wow. It's really very impressive, actually. I've got to say that. It's very, very impressive. I'm going to tell my cavalry to charge in here. I should really be using my cavalry much more offensively in this situation. Flanking the archers would be devastating. Would be extremely, extremely powerful. But I'm not doing that. And the main reason why I'm not doing that is because of the hill. I was kind of thinking to myself, no, we don't really want to go up on the hill here. We don't really want to tell our cavalry to do that. But then the archers started to move down, and that basically gave us free reign to do that. So yeah, that's exactly the reason why. Oh dear, I think I might be dead. Think I might be dead soon. Oh, nice hit, nice hit. Okay, if we can just do a little bit of extra damage here. Obviously, we've got to bear in mind that a lot of these guys do have some pretty decent armor, so it's gonna be a bit of a tough one. It's gonna be a bit of a tough one to deal damage to them. But sometimes we're gonna get a little bit lucky, and we're gonna hit their face or their unarmored area. As you can see right there, we hit him in the face, and boom, massive damage. We hit him in the armored area, and we do basically nothing. So yeah, it just goes to show that, you know, weak spots and making sure that, you know, for example, you target their gloves or their legs. Sometimes that can pay off. Not all the time, of course. And in general, I think RBM has, at least this mod, I'm not entirely sure either way, but they have added some gloves that are extremely highly protective in comparison to what you'd normally get in the base game. Because in the base game, you would get... Wow, you've got loads of people right here. I'm pretty far away from my town. Am I not? I think I'm pretty far away from my town, so I'm just going to take the prisoners here. And we're just going to move on from there. But yes, basically... what was I actually talking about? Oh, this is very nice. I am actually going to wear this. There we go. Thank you very much. Oh, very nice helmet as well. Absolutely perfect replacement for this guy. And that is a masterwork. Okay, that is actually fantastic. Oh yeah, I was talking about the gloves. Usually gloves were, I think, about 26 protection. And now, as you can see, they're about 56 in Eastern Europe, 1259. So really pretty crazy. And there we go. That is much better for her as well. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, yeah, and everyone's got great, everyone's already got great helmets and things like that. Ah, there we go. She's got slightly better gloves now as well. Okay, pretty useful. All right, so yeah, what we're going to do is just take everything. This is going to sell for a huge amount. Basically, every single time we fight one of these vassals, we are getting a massive amount of cash in loot. And it would be a lot better if obviously we had some focus points in roguery skill, because we'd have so much loot coming in. But I don't know. I guess it's okay to do that. I mean, look, we've got so much money in the town itself, in the town's marketplace. Really makes a huge difference there, actually. But anyway, let's just wait here for a little bit of time. And I think what I'd actually like to do is try to complete the quest. So now that we've done some of these vassal battles, you know, get ourselves a little bit of, well, a little bit of experience, I suppose. I'm gonna move. I don't really want to do the same village. Yeah, I don't really want to do the same village if at all possible, but let's actually just see what happens. I mean, we've got this guy coming over here. Hopefully he's just going to ignore me this time. And we should be good otherwise. Someone actually gave me a tip, so I'm going to try that out. And the tip was, buy all of the stuff in the village. Yeah, as you can see, you can't trade with hostile villages, unfortunately. So that, I guess that puts paid to that, doesn't it? I guess that puts paid to that. So that's kind of unfortunate, but I guess we can force the peasants to give us goods. That could be the thing that you were talking about. Okay, sure. Okay, yeah, we got some 55 grain. I'm not sure if the 55 grain is really going to do much right there, but yeah, sure. I'm hopeful that that would actually help us. Ah, there you go. I mean, we basically just continued where we left off, I suppose. And there you go. We've now done 2 out of 3. So let's go and raid this one over here. Once again, this is something I'm not happy with. Well, that's okay, because you just lost 5 relation, but because we gave you the first answer, which was plus 19 or something like that, he is now plus 14 still, so we're actually fine with that. Okay, so let's force the peasants to give us goods, and this is where they're going to be attacking us. Alright, let's see what we can do. Maybe we'll be okay. Who knows? Maybe we'll be okay. I mean, these guys do have a significant amount of actually really good troops. I'm actually kind of, well, not intimidated as such, but I'm kind of like, oh, yeah, we might have some issues in general, because they always have this critical mass of archers that is very easily capable of inflicting a lot of damage to us in a very short space of time. So let's see what we can do. Obviously, this time around, I'm actually going to utilize my cavalry a little bit more, so I'm going to move them over to the side here. Hopefully, they're not going to get absolutely massacred. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Let's move these guys over here. I don't want to put them into a shield wall just yet. Are my guys actually getting shot right now? I think they are. Yeah, this is gonna be... Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is kind of harsh. I'm not sure. I still need to have a look at their equipment. Remind me to have a look at their equipment. Use your mind waves to do that, because I'm obviously not going to be able to remember. Am I? Am I going to be able to remember? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But I need to take a look at their stats. And their equipment. That would be very, very helpful. Okay, let's move these guys over here as well. We're actually inflicting some damage. Surprisingly enough. Okay, let's move these guys out here. Move these guys up on the top of the hill there slightly. I am a little bit worried about charging at these guys straight up. So I'm actually going to move my cavalry over to the side here. There we go. And now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through these guys as you do. Going to try to do some damage. Unfortunately, my horse is getting a little bit delayed. But that's okay. That's alright. As you can see, massive distractions. Massive distractions. Don't get shot. Don't get shot. I mean, it's very hard to say that. You know, it's very... Well, should we say it's very easy to say that, but very hard to do so. Don't get shot? Yes. I mean, what am I supposed to do about that, you know? Yeah, it's just funny. Okay, yeah, don't get skewered in the face either. That would be nice. Oh, dear. I'm dead, aren't I? It's very sad that we're going to be dead here. Yep, there we go. We went slide across the ground as well, but at least my forces are actually charging in right there, and we should have a pretty easy victory on our hands. Alright, so on our way back, and we obviously were, you know, victorious in the village raid there, I am going to try and see if I can get I think Annoying Buzz is probably going to be slightly more effective for us, because despite the fact that I do think that Thunderous Charge is going to be more, should we say more reliable, I think that Annoying Buzz is probably going to be decent-ish, just considering I seem to get more bow kills than I seem to get melee kills. So yeah, as you can see, they're actually going to be destroying one of the very large armies of the opponent, which is very nice. And Mr. King Mindaugus is right here, and I should be able to speak to him. Talk to the army leader. There we go. It's been a while. Yes, indeed. It has been a while. We lost a huge amount of troops, by the way, doing that battle. So, yeah, pretty crazy. I raided the 5. Yes, there you go. We got 15,000 in gold. We got 19 relation with him. And we got 1 renown. Really? Yeah, I think that's from our Orator perk, isn't it? Yes, I think that's from the Orator perk. It's not something that I really need right now, but, you know, it's decent, I suppose. It's okay. And, what is this? As you pass through your lands, you see several of your Coronian elite axemen casting envious eyes over the farmers in the fields. They're tired of wandering from place to place, they say. And place to pace? Is that what I just said? You didn't hear that. And hope to put down roots somewhere and start a family. Their contract of enlistment is not yet up, but it occurs to you that if they settled in your estates, it would be a boon to your local militia. Okay, well, let's have a look. Let's see what we are going to get here. Increase Mensk's militia. Yeah, probably going to do that. Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, give them money to purchase land near your fief, so long as they take charge of training the local militia. Sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, that sounds pretty nice. Yeah, and otherwise we're just going to be getting as many people as we can here, because obviously I need to kind of replace the ones that I've lost. Although, to be fair, what I did before was literally just go in here and then just take out what I could. Which is probably a slightly better idea, all things considered. I mean, literally, you could just go here, take out these tier 3s, and then you're going to be absolutely fine. Yeah, why not? Let's just do that. There we go. I've got now 125 back again, and we have 274,000 gold. So, should be pretty easy, right? It should be pretty easy. Ah, alright, so it looks like we've actually made peace with the Polak principalities, and now we're, well, actually, I'm leading an army here, and King Mindaugas has decided to actually join us, which is very surprising. I was thinking to myself that he'd probably just go off and do whatever he wanted to do, but no, he's right on top of us right here, and helping us out a great deal. I was actually thinking of besieging this castle by myself, as in literally going in by myself with my own army, just solo. And that's a big mistake. That is not a good idea, because I know for a fact we're just gonna get a sally out. It's obvious, you know. We know that it has happened before. It has happened almost every single time we've done something like that, where there's been a massive garrison. They always sally out against a more minor force, and I obviously want to try to prevent that as much as possible. So I'm gonna just, you know, do the thing that we're supposed to do here, which is literally go in with some vassals so that they can actually help us out with some numbers. And this is going to be very, very simple for us if we can manage to not take that much damage. For some reason, oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? Oh, this is interesting. Okay, this is an interesting layout right here. But yeah, this is something that is very intriguing to me because of the layout. This is very, very unusual. Oh, this is very cool, actually. I'm kind of a bit worried I'm going to get killed instantly here, but I'm kind of also wanting to see what I can do, because I'm thinking that maybe if I can just run along here, do some damage. Do some damage. Yes, yes. Nice. And okay, yeah, just avoid that guy. Apparently he had way too good of a helmet. Nice. All right. Okay, so now the question is, this reminds me of a Brittenwalder layout. Okay, yeah, this is going to be problematic. Or not. Nice headshot. What? Did you see that? That was hilarious. Okay. Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, I'm getting a bit more used to using it from this particular distance here, as well as obviously using it in first person. Because I haven't really used it in first person. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, come on now. Let's try and kill that guy. But, oh, the shield. The shield. Get him. There we go. Okay, yeah, we've stopped him from firing, so that's all that really matters. Let's try and kill that guy if we can. Oh, yeah, no, it's going to be a problem, isn't it? Oh, no, this is going to be bad. I have a bad feeling about this. I'm doing a thrust on this guy and everything. Wow, yeah, no. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Very, very hard for us to eliminate these guys. Maybe I can... Oh, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. I shot that guy and the arrow all of a sudden just goes straight into him in comparison to arcing. Of course. Oh, there we go. 75. 75. That's pretty good. There we go. Nice. There we go. That's all we needed. And now we can just kill that guy. There we are. Okay, wonderful. Now I can actually do a little bit of something here to eliminate this guy, hopefully. Yep. And now we can just start to do some damage to the catapult itself, because I don't want them to use it against our forces any further. So let's see if we can do something about it. There we go. Come on now. There we go. And now we can hopefully not die. Hopefully not die as a result. I want to go for a thrust here, but for some reason it's not doing it. There we go. Got him. All right. Ooh, I was kind of expecting that thrust to be an instant kill. There we go. There's the instant kill. Nice. All right, so we're actually suffering huge amounts of casualties here, and I'm not entirely sure why that is. Our forces should be technically capable of coming in here relatively quickly, right? They should be. But apparently, nah. Apparently they're... Oh, no, here we go, here we go. They're actually starting to come in now. Okay, this is good. I'm trying to be a little bit careful here, because the enemy does have a bunch of spears, and as you know, spears are great. So they're going to be inflicting huge amounts of damage in the process. Massive damage coming out from our thrusting, though. Super, super nice to see that for once. I love actually using thrusting attacks. It's just unfortunate that we don't really get a massive amount of opportunity to use them, because the enemy is going to block them very, very easily. And most of the time they're in... most of the time they're in your face. And it makes it very, very difficult. Did they actually destroy our battering ram? No, they didn't. Okay, well, this is very interesting. I'm not entirely sure what is even going on here, but let's hope that we're actually going to be able to get inside. I mean, we should be completely and utterly fine, because we have 1,800 troops or something like that, don't we? Yeah, as you can see, we're now starting to get inside. So it's just a matter of time now. And there it is, 8.3 renown for us right there. Most of the time we're getting a lot more than that, but obviously we are outnumbering these guys by such a significant amount that, you know, the renown is just not very much. All right, so we did manage to take the castle. I am just going to leave everything behind here. Not really any need for us to take anything, especially even the loot. The loot is only 2 items. That's crazy. All right, so yeah, we were able to capture this, and indeed, as you can see, we do actually have Mr. Yuri Yalashash. You know, whatever his name is, I can't, you know, I'm not even going to try. But yeah, as you can see right here, look at this. We now have an auto-resolve very, very nicely against him right here. I technically should be taking these guys prisoner, but relation is so important in this mod that I am deciding to do take a slightly different tact. Generally, I have in the past almost always let people go, because relation obviously is really, really good, because you can actually do some pretty cool things with it. You know, you can actually make it so that your chances of persuading people are a lot higher, and, you know, so on and so forth. Really makes a huge difference. Now, the question is, yeah, we might actually have some pretty cool things happening here, actually. I don't really want this for myself, if at all possible. I'd actually like to maybe get a little bit of relation with this guy. I don't really want to spend 100, though. Okay, I will spend 100. Okay, fine. Oh, look at me. Look at me. I'm just like, yeah, okay, I don't really want to spend 100. Oh, no, I spent 100. There you go. Yeah, that's the classic, isn't it? Yes, that's the classic. Okay, so let's actually just take a quick look here, because there is actually a castle. I'd love to take the town, but I think that's probably not going to be doable at the moment. So I think what we'll probably try to do is we'll probably try to take the castles first, because this is kind of like their stronghold, steadfast, beachhead sort of thing going on. And we're going to see... Oh, this is real bad. 626. The unexpected skirmish from the garrison's guerrilla forces scattered the party's formation and disrupted this. Ah, okay, yes. So indeed we are actually losing cohesion and so on and so forth as a result of us having this army here. The question is, how many do they have in this? 631. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Is King Mindaugas actually going to come over here and help us if we do this? If he does, it's going to be extremely pleasing to me. But if he doesn't, that's okay. Because we're then just going to get some trebuchets up and we're just going to bombard it. And we'll just do it the old-fashioned way, you know. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Take down the walls and everything's going to be, you know, handy-duty right there. So, yeah, anyway, loyalty and honor. Yep, definitely going to be taking that. Despite the fact that 50%, and this is something that is obviously a very, very viable perk choice alternative from loyalty and honor. The only reason why I'm taking loyalty and honor at the moment is because I am impatient and I just want to get my prisoners converted just that much quicker. That's it. Okay, so trust in strict preventative measures. One died. Okay, that's actually okay, I guess. I mean, I don't really want any of them dying, but you know, that's just how it's going to have to be. And we're going to hopefully get some nice wall destruction going relatively soon. And hopefully we're not going to get attacked by a massive amount of vassals. Ah, there they come. Alright, so here we go. This is the massive amount, or shall we say the array of vassals. We got our pick, haven't we? Yeah, we got our pick from all these guys. And they're going to try to kill us. Yeah, and as you can see, King Mindaugas is trying to come over here. But he's a little bit too slow, isn't he? Yeah, he's a little bit too slow. I would have very much appreciated for him to come along a little bit earlier. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? But no, he decided to be very slow indeed. Yeah, I don't know why, but, you know, that's just how it goes. Okay, so let's just put this guy up on here. Wow, yeah, loads and loads of guys. Really, really powerful, actually. Surprisingly so. And let's just get them like so, and there we have it. Okay, that is how we're going to do it. And the question is, are we going to be able to achieve victory? I think we will be able to relatively simply. However, this is a very even battle. As you can see right here, we've got 200 on each side. I could technically increase the battle size, I think. I could probably increase it a little bit. I'm just worried about performance, you see. I'm worried about it lagging and then being like, ah, yeah, you can't see anything, it's lagging. Yeah, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, don't get shot now. Don't get shot now. Maybe I can use my sword as like a spear, you know, kind of like a miniature spear at the very least. Ah, I love it when they shoot me in the face. Ah, it's so nice. Yeah, it's so good. Okay, so yeah, just kill him. Thank you very much. How dare you shoot me? There we are. Okay, so now we're gonna just do a little bit of something here. Nope. Okay, apparently not. There we go, nice. Okay, we're gonna just go along here. I have a very slow horse for some reason. It feels extremely slow. Ah, yeah, I shouldn't even bother. Shouldn't even bother doing that, should I? No. Can I take over someone else? Maybe. Yep. There we go, nice. Okay, that's absolutely perfect. Okay, so we're just gonna let our forces do their own thing. Let's see if I can do something here. 4 damage? 4 damage? What? What am I supposed to do with this? Is this a couch lancing thing? Am I just supposed to couch lance with this thing? 7 damage with that? Wait a minute. Okay, wait. Maybe I can do something a little bit better here. Is this... Okay, there we go. 157, but that was against the horse. Not exactly what I'm looking for right there. Thank you very much. And obviously, I am going to be able to do... friendly fire. Friendly fire is available. So, yeah, let me do that. That sounds like a great plan. Actually, you know what? Let me just use my horse to do damage. Yeah. This is exactly the reason why I'm not a terribly big fan of these longer reach polearms. They seem to be extremely... I don't know. They seem to be really, really feeble. Look at how much damage I'm doing with this. Is it just because I suck? Maybe. Maybe that's it. I mean, 22 damage right there. I don't know whether I actually hit him accurately enough or with enough, you know, of a good timing, because you do need really, really good timing to utilize this particular weapon, as far as I'm aware. But just look at the amount of damage that my horse is doing in comparison to me. It's actually quite staggering, to be honest. I do feel as though that it is actually kind of bad. I mean, my damage here, just running through them, is more than what I've done in the last 5 minutes. Yep. I don't know. I should probably just use the thrown weapons, shouldn't I? I'll just use the thrown weapons, and we'll just try and see what we can do with that. I am hopeful that thrown weapons are going to be relatively easy to use in comparison to the archery. Could be wrong about that. 5 damage? Okay. What? What is going on? What is going on right here? 5 damage? Come on now. Ah, there we go. 193. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Okay, yeah, this guy's going to die relatively soon here, so I'm going to try to eliminate as many people as possible as I can. Well, as you do, as you try. Oh, dear. Okay, that guy's dead, and I have nothing. There's no. I have no weapon. I have. We actually killed someone on foot with a spear or a lance. Wow. Okay, I'm actually surprised. And the enemy has now basically decided to retreat a little bit after all of their forces were eliminated, and we're now obviously starting to move a little bit forward here. Now, the question is, are we going to be able to achieve victory from this point? It very much depends on if we can utilize our archers. We do seem to be able to do that. As you can see, we've got Lilia there doing some big damage, and hopefully she's actually going to live. I think she's actually still alive, which is very impressive considering. And you know, I'm gonna make a pledge right now. Okay, I'm gonna vow to the forces of this guy's hat that we will manage to live in almost every single battle going forward. Okay, so in other words, in this kind of situation, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to run in by myself. Okay, we're going to actually try to utilize the cavalry a little bit more so that we can stay alive and try to do as much damage as possible, because the enemy archers are, of course, extremely sniperish. They're very good at what they do. Yeah, so it's basically just going to be a bit of a tug of war at this point, and I think we'll probably be fine. As you can see, the enemy does seem to be retreating once again. Yeah, so there it is. Look at that. Okay, so we only got 13 renown for that, which is kind of unfortunate. But you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to take all of these guys prisoner. I'm going to take as many as I could, which is hilarious because I only got one. I only got the opportunity to take one at least, because the rest of them were taken by the other vassals in our army, which is, I suppose, pretty good. But yeah, you can see here we did actually sustain quite a few casualties there. Very bad, unfortunately for us right there. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take some of these. You know what? I'm going to take all of them. The main reason why I'm taking all of them is so that we can utilize the majority of our horses and things like that to continue improving our speed. Because the problem is, if we have less people and we have more horses, herding is going to start to come in, and we obviously don't want to have that. So yeah, that's the reasoning behind it. And we'll otherwise see, is there anything else that I can take here? No, doesn't seem like it. All right. So yeah, unfortunate for me that I was not able to actually do this, because as you can see, King Mindaugas was just a little bit too far away. If he had been a bit closer, then we would have had this in the bag. It would have been super nice and easy. But yeah, I was kind of hoping, where is he going? Why is he traveling back there? I guess he doesn't have enough food. Maybe he doesn't have enough food or something like that. But yeah, you can see that my influence has now depreciated rather dramatically. And actually, you know what? I'm going to go in here. This guy cannot be raiding one of my villages. Thank you very much. Get out of it. How dare you? How dare you do such a thing, sir? Alright, we'll just take that. There we go. And then we'll just move on. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have to disband the army now, because I just don't have enough influence. I don't have enough influence to be able to make anything work, because I've obviously replenished our cohesion so many times. So we're just going to sell what we have here. I've got actually over 300,000 in cash now, which is very nice. As you can see, she is actually following what we did beforehand, and she's going to get the Mason up and running, which is very nice. So yeah, apart from that, I do feel as though what we should probably do is get everything else, basically. Just get loads and loads of other stuff at tier 1. Because I think tier 1 is probably, I mean, that's the easiest thing to get for pretty much all of these things. And it's not going to take us as long to get that. So I'm just going to put like a bunch of money in here, and that's going to be very useful. And then we're otherwise going to be Yeah, well, I guess just waiting here for some time and seeing what we can do. But yeah, let's actually just see here. Yeah, no, this is actually a Catholic Orthodoxy, I don't actually know, place. So we won't be able to do anything in regards to our religion, but that's okay. We don't really need to worry about that too much at the moment. I mean, let's actually just take a look and see how we're doing. We're at 28. Okay, so we're not even that, you know, we don't really have that much. I mean, we're medium dedicated, I guess, or very kind of small dedicated, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we are here with our stats. For me personally, I would like to see a little bit more in... I'm actually not entirely sure about leadership anymore. I think presence is going to be extremely useful, but I don't think I need to really worry about that too much. Obviously, I'm not really doing medicine at the moment, which is kind of a bit unfortunate that we wasted some points in those things, but I guess that's not too bad. And I think potentially the reason why we had such a hard time with using that polearm, actually, you know what? No, never mind. Actually, we were using it as the unit itself. It should have had a decent amount of polearm skill, and yet I was still absolute trash with it. So maybe I am just not made for using that particular weapon type. That could be it. That could be it. Oh yeah, by the way, I just wanted to mention, I did actually find a Rus dagger, which is something that has backstab, as you can see right there, which means, you guessed it, I will be able to utilize it in a stealth fashion to actually go stabby instead of what we were having previously, which was me basically just going normal attacks through the entirety of the hideout. And we'll see what we can do a little bit later with that, actually. But yeah, as it stands, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.